You know, folks call me a female Terminator.
Why?
No discipline.
So today we have a very special guest on the show, one of my longtime friends of, over 20 years?
Yep.
I'd say. This here is Nathan Roth, or Natron Roth.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a Leo. He's born near the dragon.
Yeah.
He likes short walks on the beach and boozing.
Cheers.
But yeah, Nathan is the Mortal Kombat connoisseur here. I mean, he's got his Mortal Kombat sweater.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like a character from Mortal Kombat in the best of ways. So what was your first experience with Mortal Kombat? Like, what was the first one you remember playing?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't start playing Mortal Kombat until so one summer I was visiting. I didn't start playing Mortal Kombat actually until I saw the crappy Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie first.
Oh, that's the first one you saw?
Yeah, I kind of went backwards and played.
God, yeah, I saw Annihilation in theaters, and like I think the only thing I remember from it was like Nightwolf scene, but I just remember it being pretty fucking cheesy.
Yeah,
and kind of lame.
No.
It's funny, I found out recently that the creator of Mortal Kombat, Tobias Boone,
Yeah.
this is random, he was born year of the dragon,
Yeah.
which makes sense that he seems to have so much like fascination with dragons in the game, and like that's the logo for it. Yeah, fuck, you're all... I stand like no chance. Nathan's currently Noob Saibot and I'm Raiden. There we go. This is what I love about the current Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
These moves.
Well, shit. Remember how brutal the X-ray ones were? The X-ray moves were too. This is just basically it. They just replaced it with that.
Yeah. So what was the first Mortal Kombat game that you played though?
Mortal Kombat 2.
On Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo one was way better than the one on Sega.
Yeah.
I remember the first one I played was it was part 1 on Sega.
Yeah.
And I remember my brother and his friend doing like the code to like get blood in the game. But Mortal Kombat 1 kind of sucks up, but Mortal Kombat 2, that's the one where like I fell in love with the franchise.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. Then it was ridiculous. Like, okay, so after the second Mortal Kombat, they kind of did the same thing as Street Fighter did too. Like, they basically made updated versions of the game and stuff. Like, okay, there was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 after the original.
Which was, Mortal Kombat 3 with like additional characters, I guess.
And the funniest thing is then they did Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which is the same thing, except you can you can play characters from Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's right, and part 2 even.
And their skins, yeah.
Did you ever play Mortal Kombat 4 for PlayStation 1? I think it came out on 64 as well.
I think I had it, actually. Oh, yeah. That's funny, too, because when you think about it, this game actually here is like basically like a fan service for like everything Mortal Kombat and stuff. If you, first of all, they got the guy who played Shang Tsung, like they superimposed his face on the game.
Oh, Johnny Tsunami's grandpa?
Like, they superimposed his face and they actually aged it to where he looks like an evil Mr. Miyagi and stuff.
I know, totally, yeah. I feel like they aged everyone very well in the modern, like, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and the funniest thing, too, like, so when they released the last DLC pack and all that shit, they also released movie skins for Johnny, Sonya, and Raiden and stuff, and they even like inserted voice clips for the original actors too in it. Like, have you played those? Have you gotten to play those yet? Like, did you know about that one? Like with the
which one?
So there was a DLC pack for movie skins in Johnny, Sonya, and Raiden.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I saw it in the PlayStation Store. Yeah.
Yeah, for the first movie, and like basically they also their voiceover is dubbed over. Their voices are dubbed over for for the fight quotes when you fight them too.
See, that's what I didn't like about. Like Mortal Kombat on like especially the Saturn ports, because it's like they had the better graphics than like Super Nintendo. and Sega and stuff, but it's like, but it didn't even have like the capacity to say like round 1 fight or like fatality.
Yeah.
Or even like the name of the fighters.
You know what's funny is I never figured out how to do the fatalities until playing Mortal Kombat 9 for the PS3.
That's actually a really good Mortal Kombat. That's like one of my favorite ones. Like I feel like that kind of brought the Mortal Kombat series back to life is when 9 came out. Because I recently played like Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on PS2. I had it for a while. And I don't know, I just thought it sucked. It was fucking boring.
Well, it was boring. Like the one thing is though I did like about it was that it showed you how to like, you know, branch style combos when they did the whole fighting style thing. It kind of was they kind of wanted to reinvent the franchise a little bit by
Well, because they had like Mortal Kombat, like with the DC universe or something.
Yeah, that was like the last game before. That was the last game that was actually had the Midway title before they became NetherRealm Studios.
Oh, got you right. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, in fact, they were.
Because they were generally either Midway or like Williams.
Yeah.
And I know they were Acclaim on Super Nintendo. At least Mortal Kombat 2 was.
Yeah. It's funny when you kind of think about it because...
Ooh, wow, I actually beat you? That's a first. Nathan usually kicks my ass at this game. Like, I remember when I first played, I think, Mortal Kombat X with you. I fucking love that, by the way, the Terminator 2 thing.
Yeah.
He's like...
Yeah.
Ooh, butterfly. Yeah, this game actually does have pretty cool cutscenes.
Yeah. Did you ever finish like the story mode and all that crap?
I got pretty far, but I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm on like the final boss.
Yeah.
You know what I would really love if they made a remastered version of Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
Like where it was like rendered with graphics like this. That would be the fucking best.
I think they were talking about petitioning for that. That's what they're.
I'll sign the petition.
You know what's funny is like the funniest thing too is I've already been hearing people talk. I've already been seeing all these things on like social media about the fans wanting a Mortal Kombat, like already talking about Mortal Kombat 12. This game hasn't even been like.
It's only been out for like 2 years. This came out in 2019, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know that they're done with like all the add-ons here and shit, but that's it.
I know, I want to get the Rambo add-on still.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite like original Mortal Kombat character? Like from the first 3 Mortal Kombats?
Well, I would say Cabal, mostly because his moves are like...
Yeah, Cabal's got some pretty cool moves. I like his spin move that he does.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forget how to do his fatality and stuff.
What about from like part 1 or 2? What about from those games? Since Cabal's from part 3. Well,
I'm thinking, I really have no idea. Like, I really have no idea. Sometimes, like, I go with the ones who are easy enough to freaking go against Kintaro and stuff in Mortal Kombat 2.
Like Liu Kang. Like Liu Kang, I feel like is like the character that's for beginners, maybe.
Yeah.
Spawn these nuts. Aren't we mature?
It's too bad they didn't make the Joker look like Jack Nicholson.
That would have been better. I mean, I did like the Joker, the one with Joaquin Phoenix. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
I've never seen it yet.
It's really good, actually. It's not like a typical superhero movie. It's very unique.
I mean,
same director that made The Hangover too. Yeah, Todd Phillips. Yeah, underrated. He also made Road Trip with Tom Green.
Oh yeah, Tom Green. That's one of those movies that really
has not aged well.
Well, Tom Green has. What's he doing? I mean, where's he been these days?
He should probably kill himself. No, I'm just kidding. He sold his house in L.A. and like lives in Canada now. That's where he's from, Ottawa, Canada. He posts a lot of YouTube videos, but they're kind of boring. It's like, hey, dude, do something. I actually saw Tom Green do stand-up. I actually have the flyer right over there. Yeah, I saw him do stand-up.
Yeah, where was that at anyway?
The Helium in Portland. It was actually a really good show, but I feel like now he just like doesn't do anything. He just does live streams on Instagram where he shows his dog that he probably fucks on the daily. It's like, dude, get a girlfriend. Oh yeah, we gotta talk a little bit about the latest Mortal Kombat movie that came out. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I loved. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it didn't really. I mean, it was nice that we actually got to see a Mortal Kombat. Like, this was the first Mortal Kombat movie we got since '97, anyways. But like, I mean, it didn't have kind of like the '80s, the '90s action cheese that we had in the '90s action cheese. That
Right. Yeah, it did have a
95.
different. It had a very different vibe from the first two in the '90s.
Yeah. I didn't like the original character that they had, Cole Young. I thought we were gonna get like an Asian Johnny Cage or something in that when I saw the first previews for it and stuff. But they teased us they teased us for like at the end of the movie. They just teased us for Johnny Cage being in the next movie and stuff. And well, I've always talked to people who saw the movie and stuff, and I'm going like, who do you think would play a new Johnny Cage if it would be the best suitable person to play Johnny Cage in this new Mortal Kombat series movies if like if they chose someone like that? I mean, what would your opinion be?
I feel like Christian Bale could have made for a good like Mortal Kombat actor, or maybe like Ben Foster. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Ben Foster. Oh yeah.
I think he would have been great.
Jesse Pinkman.
Oh, Aaron Paul.
Oh,
yeah, I could see. It's funny. Ben Foster does kind of look like Aaron
They
Paul.
look like twins almost.
Yeah. I think both of those would have been good choices for any of like the characters. But I think the cast that they chose in the Mortal Kombat, the recent Mortal Kombat movie, was pretty good overall. Especially Kano. He was like the comic relief.
Yeah.
Sup, RoboCop? You want to go to the Coin Jam?
Now come on, we need to have a RoboCop versus Terminator sequels at one point now.
Yeah.
Or like
Oh.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4 was Streets of Rage 4 was like one of the best games I ever got during
the pandemic. Yeah, I know that was a fucking good game. It is a good game.
No, I mean I'm really hoping that Sega actually does. Sega does like continue the franchise somehow again. Like, I mean, they could definitely do some stuff with those games again. Like, I want them to like make a Streets. Sega's with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a Sega Streets of Rage movie or something, or like
that'd be pretty sweet.
It'd be kind of cool if like it would be.
If they did a Streets of Rage movie, I think William Zabka from the Cobra Kai series and the bully from the Karate Kid, I think he'd be a good
dude. He'd
be perfect.
Axel.
Yeah, exactly. No, when I did my Streets of Rage video, I think I even mentioned that in the video. Yeah. Like William Zabka could have played Axel.
Yeah.
Do you remember Fighting Force on PlayStation 1? I think that they should remake that game. Yeah. I always thought that was underrated.
It's funny if you think about it, because when Sega was originally going to continue the Streets of Rage 4, like Streets of Rage series, like it was like they were planning on. The prototype they had was for the prototype that they had for Streets of Rage 4 was kind of similar to Fighting Force, and well, Sega was going to do it, but and they were planning on releasing it for the Saturn, but
oh really?
Well, as you know, the Saturn was a flop. And
total flop. It was too fucking expensive. I guess the Saturn, when it came out, it was like $500.
Yeah, the Saturn was a total flop, and then they just decided to redo it as kind of like a. They scrapped everything, and then Fighting Force became kind of like the new Streets of Rage for a little bit. I mean,
well, it just sucks because I feel like when Fighting Force came out, it's like it didn't really get that much hype. But yeah, it kind of did remind me of like a PS1 version of Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
There must be a glitch in the Matrix because I actually won.
I never played Johnny Cage very much.
I played him a lot on Mortal Kombat 2, but I don't really play him much on the new. I try to pick like people that weren't on the original ones on the new ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Kung Lao because I never really picked him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I never really liked him. That much.
Apparently, the movies didn't like Kung Lao either.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
I mean, seriously, they fucking killed him off in that movie. And then, did you ever hear about the Mortal Kombat animated movies that just recently came out? Scorpion's Revenge and Defenders of Earthrealm?
Those recently? I thought they came out a while ago, didn't they?
Scorpion's Revenge came out before Mortal Kombat 2021 came out, and then because they're kind of trying to do, like Marvel and like DC's trying to do the DC's trying to do the DC's trying to do like this same thing with Mortal Kombat that they're doing with their own DC movies, like their own movies and stuff and all that crap, and making original animated movies and stuff. And they did one with they did one for Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, which is supposed to be set during the first Mortal Kombat tournament, and it's like it has the violence that the original it has the violence that the games have and stuff, and on
cool.
an animated level, like you're watching. It almost feels like you're watching anime more than like American like Western cartoons and stuff.
Right.
Because of the fast pacing, the fighting, and all that.
Kind of like the comic book animation aspect of it.
Yeah, and the fighting is so freaking the fighting is so fast and stuff. It's almost like you're watching like an episode of Dragon Ball Z or something.
This kind of looks like the end of Terminator. This level.
Terminator 3.
Terminator 2. Or yeah, actually, I guess more Terminator 3.
Yeah, I never actually seen the other two Terminators after Salvation.
Salvation? I didn't like Salvation. Did you like it?
No. It's funny how they tried to get Arnie back in the game, like how they they used a CGI scan of Arnie's face and stuff just to make it so like to have Arnold Schwarzenegger in there without having Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie. Well, because he was being governor of California at the time.
Did you see Terminator Genesis?
Is that the one with Emilia Clarke in it, or is that the new one? Is that the new one where they got Linda?
The new one, Dark Fate, with Linda Hamilton. That one was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
But the Genesis, I saw that in theaters, and I thought it was fucking boring.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Nothing beats the first. I mean, like a lot of people shit on Terminator 3, but I actually love it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Terminator 2. I mean, Terminator 2 was just just there for nostalgia. I mean, it was made in it was made in the 90s and stuff, and like they spawned a bunch of kick-ass video games off of it. Like I used to love playing this. So when I first played the Terminator 2 arcade game, I actually got introduced to it with the Sega Genesis version because my cousins Josh, Jake, and Joe, when every time I was going out after school, I was over at my aunt's house and stuff, and we would always play it over there and stuff.
Oh god, I loved playing TT, the arcade game, growing up.
And I was introduced to the Sega Genesis one. I mean, sure, it was padded down for the Sega's power and stuff, but it was actually pretty fun.
I know, I remember, I think I found it actually, this is like the PS2 era. I remember I found Terminator 2, the arcade game at the Goodwill in Silverton. But that was like back when it was common to find Super Nintendo games there. But anyways, yeah, that's some Mortal Kombat 11 with some of our, memories of Mortal Kombat as well, the early ones. I've always loved the Mortal Kombat series. The only ones I don't like are the ones on PS2, basically, but apart from that, I can't really think of any other Mortal Kombat games that I've ever hated.
And here's a shout out to this. 2022 is actually the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the first one. Yeah. So cheers to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And if you've never played any of the Mortal Kombats, I recommend the definitely the first 3, for sure. Or at least from Mortal Kombat 9 and up.
Well, if you're, I mean, I played them, I mean, and if you're also into beat-em-ups, play Mortal Kombat beat-em-ups too, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks for the PS2 was actually one of the ones that was actually one of the good games, because it was actually the one where they branched out from the the one-on-one fighting games and shit.
Right, yeah, they mixed it up a bit.
Yeah.
But they definitely failed when they did Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythologies for N64.
Oh.
That's notoriously known for being one of the worst. All right, well, until next time.
Until next time.
I'm gonna go hang myself.